Great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Hey, love. Hey, love. Hey, love. I'm Jessie C. Love, teacher love, coach love. Turn up Tuesday. Tantalizing, tenacious Tuesday to you. This is the Sun Prize segment. Save our marriage empowerment with prayer, reflection, inspiration, courageous conversation, and encouragement. Revelation and enlightenment are included in all of that. Episodes for the healthy-minded people who are or desire to have a faithful, loving, respectful, and progressive marriage. Yes, you are adding happy to the happy that came to you. It is my hope that these segments will stimulate an enthusiasm to reinvent or continuously improve your marriage. We're not designed to be alone. And marriage is a higher level of commitment. I believe that marriage is a ministry. What kind of ministry depends upon the two individuals who came together to be interdependent and intertwined. We go from where our best was to joining with our purpose mate to get where God wants us to be. It's a different kind of ministry that affects and effects within the home, neighborhood, community, and even the world if they see you. Infidelity, misery, miscommunication, abuse, drifting, or divorce, I'm mad, doesn't have to be a part of your story. Ever. If you've gone through it already and you're on your way to your next marriage, you ain't got to deal with that. We grow. We're supposed to grow. And we're supposed to show growth every day. I believe that a healthy-minded individual, since we're on husbands right now, healthy folks want to be glad. We're glad, not I'm mad. And I ended up coming up with wonderful, exciting, reviving, enthusiastic. That's the we're. Grateful, lovingly loyal, astounding, and dynamically divine. Glad. There's a formula for success just like there's one for failure. And we don't leave our marriages up to happenstance by not praying. We're supposed to pray without ceasing. Information changes situations. Prayer changes us and the environment. Me? No, I'm not in covenant yet. I'm not. I just spent numerous hours, many years in our married and engaged couples ministry, gleaning, learning, listening, praying, being taught about marriage because I make so many errors. I made so many errors in my singlehood. Yes, I did. My picker has been off for quite some time. I also research. So if you got an issue with this assignment, take it up with the Lord. Okay? We are on episode 37. Ooh, I'm losing track. It's called The Gift Giver today. Ooh, there are good husbands everywhere. There are really mature men everywhere. I'm so grateful that I come in contact with some now. I can't say that for my entire life, but I'm grateful for the ones that I'm getting in contact with now that are teaching me and showing me that there really are some great men still everywhere and some great husbands everywhere. Woo, these husbands are highly and verified by our Creator. Oh my goodness. A healthy husband has perseverance, courage, achieving an achievement mindset, growth, and he embraces that. He has passion and purpose. Woo! You will never ask a healthy-minded husband what he plans on doing or what his dreams are, and he says he has none. Let that sink in. A healthy husband always checks himself and isn't all self-serving. A healthy-minded husband stands for good character and doesn't seek instant gratification. Now, that don't say nothing about ain't gonna be no quickies here and there, because if he's filling his wife's love tank, she may come to him. More often than not, she does. I ain't gonna go there right now. This husband is balanced as well as respecting boundaries. Love is not only patient, it's one sign of emotional intelligence. Irrational fear is a sign of the opposite. Got that from a husband. Thanks, Kev. A healthy husband doesn't look to hurt or run over anyone. Anyone. He ain't got to. Now, he will handle his business if somebody puts him in that space, but he ain't looking to run over anybody or hurt anybody. There's a difference between healthy masculinity and the opposite. Healthy husbands have consistent values that don't switch based on the crowd or the company or the environment. They don't switch up. What you see on the outside is what you see on the inside. They're consistent. They're healthy. They're secure. You are. And I thank you for the ones that let me see it. The way you see them in public is the way they are in private. They know that meekness is not weakness. It don't mean weakness. For the husbands that are givers, you are the symbol of thought. For you, every day is a special day. Every day is a special day. There is no special drawer for a special occasion. Every day is a special day to you. Whether it was something you bought, whether it was something you made, or it was given to you and you decided to give it to your wife, you express love by giving. You are not a taker. Always taking. Always taking. Always taking. Gifts are physically visible demonstrations of love. Hence, when you asked your wife to marry you, most of you gave her an engagement ring, and then you exchanged that for the wedding ring during the ceremony. During that, more often than not, the officiant said you both were to wear them as a visible sign of an inward and spiritual bond joining both of your hearts. With that ring, you symbolized your love. For myself, as I talked to my grandmother and even my mother, years ago I determined within myself that I wouldn't wait for the so-called, diamonds are a girl's best friend to be bought by someone else. Why wouldn't I treat myself? And right now I don't have the whole piece of my birthday gift to myself on my finger because one of the diamonds fell out and I haven't gone to Jared to have them replace it. But I bought it because I always wanted it. And I didn't want to die without it. I didn't want to wait for somebody else to do it. Now, whatever he decides to do, that's on him. This was mine. My blood, sweat, and tears pay for this. Okay? Does color, cut, clarity, carat matter? Absolutely not. Some husbands actually ask their wives to marry them with a band. I've met husbands that way. It was a circle. The size of the diamond did not matter to his wife. Yeah, he eventually replaced it, and some of them still only wear bands. Didn't matter. Great morning, Usman. I am well. How are you? Well, great evening or afternoon for you. It's late where you are. Whatever it is, I don't know if it's a tattoo that you decided, if you marked your body, if you wear something around your neck, that's a circle and it'll never break. Only those who want to put on a show have something that's just humongous. Like I've seen this really beautiful one that someone who's been cheated on quite often, he bought her that. And it's so beautiful. It is really beautiful. I'm like, woo! That almost would be my dream, but I don't want to go through what you went through to get it, because that ain't healthy. Yeah, it was never about the ring. But when they're worn or not worn, it's usually a sign of the marriage coming to an end. On the other hand, someone who doesn't receive gifts very well won't wear the ring to show pride in the giver at all. They won't care. Really. Doesn't matter that you bought it out of love. They won't even wear it. Some of those don't even know how to receive gifts, let alone be a giver. I don't know why, or many, Excuse me. I don't know many husbands who don't want their wives to wear the symbol of their love or affection or commitment. Yeah. I don't know too many that do that. I haven't met one. Yet I see a lot of men that don't wear theirs. And there's millions of married folk in the world, so I could be wrong. Perhaps that husband doesn't want his wife, doesn't care if she wears it or not. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Yet you see what I call unhealthy, and in a lot of cases I'm not showing that I'm in a commitment. Husbands, I do know a couple of husbands who've been married like 30 years. They don't wear theirs. But I also see them check any woman that oversteps a boundary, and he lets her know, I'm married. No, I don't have my ring on, but I am married, have been fully committed. No, thank you. And now we can talk business or whatnot, but don't, no, I'm not interested. You're beautiful, you're gorgeous, but I'm married. And I'm happily married. I don't know how that operates. If you wear a circle charm or something to symbolize your never-ending love, I'm curious. I am. Very much so. A healthy husband's attitude about money is different. Very different. Though he buys himself something, he's more in tune with meeting the emotional needs of his wife. He saves and invests to help her emotional security, as well as to look out for his own self-worth. He's the man that realizes by investing in the marriage, he's likely going to receive what he needs in return. No, this is not about buying her body. Her body's priceless. Even if those of you that are not healthy husbands and you go to a lady of the night, let's say that, even what she charging ain't enough. Sometimes the gift of presence is more valuable than a pair of shoes that you might want to buy her. Though she may want those shoes too later on. A healthy husband, man, knows that physical presence and gratitude are powerful when they're avoided. Unless she's your mother, the woman never feels safe and will never completely let her guard down. Yesterday, when I only did the Love Dare, I was actually surprised as to why, beyond the headache, I was led not to do it. I ended up seeing a video later on about this girlfriend with her man-child, her boyfriend. She did a video where she was explaining how she has to have his water at a certain temperature. She cuts ice cubes in half because he only wants 2.5 pieces of ice in his water. So when he walks in the door, she hands it to him. He just takes it, not even a thank you. Then when she runs his shower, she got on slippers, but she can't step in the shower with her slippers on. She got to go in there barefoot to get his shower ready for him at the right temperature. Okay. Yeah. Then he's a gamer, so she calls all of his friends to let them know when he's going to be playing the game. Then she gets the dog ready and sits the dog on the bed to be his emotional support. So she can't step in the shower with her shower shoes or slippers on, but the dog can be on the bed. Okay. And I was like, total dysfunction. And of course, I looked at her finger because I was like, now, is this his wife? Or is this one of them grown men, man-child, that look for their mama that they can sleep with? She wasn't married. She was doing a lot. She was doing way too much. Not one thank you flowed anywhere. And it was like he expected it. So, of course, I was like, and you're not even a wife. That's a lot. What fool would cut a piece of ice to put in some water? That don't make no sense. That don't go together at all. So I ended up, does she hold his wee-wee when he got to go pee-pee? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I actually put that on there. Because that was crazy. I was like, that is a taker. Nothing in her video said what he gives back to her. Speaking for myself, even though we were no longer together, I couldn't drive. I was using a walker, my 4-wheeled walker. It's called a rollator, actually, because it has a seat. My ex of, when was that? Like mid 2000s. When his father died, I had never met his father. But because I'm such a giver, and once I say I love you, unless you do something to sever that. And the fact that we were friends before then, I attended his father's funeral. And when he saw me walking up the aisle, he smiled, and I could tell he was grateful that I was there. You know, I made effort. Now, another time when someone very close to me died, I was actually in a relationship. Matter of fact, 2 times. Different relationship. And one of them I had to read the obituary. I'd never done that. And it was a cousin who was murdered. My cousin Anthony. I needed presence of the men that said we were going to get married. You know, out of their mouths flowed lies. And he didn't show. And it severed quite a bit within me. The next time that happened, it showed me I was connected to another dysfunctional taker. He didn't show. And it was one of the greatest losses I'd ever experienced in my life. They felt fine keeping themselves away from me when I needed them, but then wanted to take from me when I didn't want to give. Dysfunctional catastrophe. So their body was absent, but then they wanted my body present, if you get what I'm saying. All of them were takers. All of them. And my foolish self kept giving, pouring into an empty pit. I kept doing it. I didn't learn a lesson until 4 years ago. I finally didn't get it until I looked at it 4 years ago. And I was like, wow. A healthy man doesn't look at what he can take. He looks at being the gift giver, because he already knows a woman, she's going to give. Automatically. With this being day 5 of the year. Hey, Addie. Thanks for speaking. Appreciate you. Both of you. There's a 90% chance, and I'm throwing it out there, that a healthy-minded husband has already given his wife some kind of gift on this day 5. Nope. It may not be something that he bought from the store. He could have picked a flower. He could have used some Q-tips and made a picture. He could have used his fingertips and made a picture of a flower on some paper. Her favorite meal, a candlelit bubble bath with soft music. He's done something for her in these 5 days. And it's more than making love. It's more than that. Think about it. What if every year the first 7 days came with gifts? Then every week there was a gift, and 2 on her birthday. And even the commercialized Mother's Day. Because if she's a mother, Mother's Day is every day. Just like if you're a father, Father's Day is every day. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm going to get on now today. How can I say or pose these questions? I hear it from healthy husbands. Oh, she gets gifts all the time. Yeah, all the time. They don't wait until some long stem roses are $70 for a commercialized holiday. Whatever it is that they buy that she likes, that's a dozen, whatever. They don't wait. Right now, love is everywhere. This is like one of my favorite times of the year, because when the Christmas decorations go away, or right when they're up, you start seeing everything love. Everything. And I'm like, what do I need right about now that I don't have? And I know I don't need anything. This is the time where I really go crazy. From a stamp, a sticker, a pencil, picture, mug. I couldn't resist this one. I couldn't. I was like, it's too cute. You can find something that has love on it everywhere. A toy ring, a headband, a cookie cutter, a hat, whatever. From $1 up. Until about February 21st or the 28th. Love is everywhere. Cards, all of it. Is her birthday coming up? You know, is there something that you could do today just to say, I was thinking about you. I love you. Her birthday coming up, contact family and friends. Have them write a poem or a favorite memory or a prayer and put it together for her in a scrapbook and just give it to her. Healthy husbands are givers. They're creative. You have a phone, free prints, Shutterfly. They give you a certain number of prints. All you got to do is pay for shipping. You take pictures of her. She sees you or she doesn't. She know you taking them or not. Take a picture. Remember what it was that you thought about, or write it down even. The day she was wearing something, so you remember when you print them and she was wearing whatever, a green dress or a flower shirt. What you thought when you took that picture. Put it in a scrapbook. Give it to her. Do it. Yeah. Go to the paper store. Get some paper that has designs on it. Write her a note. Put it together in a little book. Staple it. Give it to her. We're 5 days in. What are 31 days in this month? What if you did that every day? Catch up on it right now. Give it to her. All that love stuff that's out there right now, you can go get you a little notebook and write something every day. Give it to her. Hey, Jacob. Thanks for speaking and tuning in. Women know, your wives know that you have a need for physical intimacy. I'm telling you, husbands, and I'm getting chills even thinking about it. When you pour into her love tank, you ain't got no problems. There's not going to be a deficit in that area. You may get tired of her coming to you. I seriously doubt that. But if you're doing it right, you ain't stabbing and jabbing. You're making love to your wife, with your wife, and you also filling her love tank. Baby, come on here, love. Write a coupon book. Think about something that you want to do for her, with her, that she can just be like, I want to cash in this coupon. And throw a couple of those, grown man husband gifts up in there. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I just said it the other way, but you know what I'm saying. Them grown man husband gifts. You can even have one every week. A special kind of one. I don't know. Just a special one. I don't know, but it's a special one. Maybe it comes with them chocolate-covered strawberries and some whipped cream. 52 weeks, and you have a little special one up in there. She go through flipping through that. Say what? Excuse me? Okay, I think I want to cash in this one. For 2021. Now, some of them could be used for another year. You may have to come up with some others, or you can repeat it same way, different order, whatever. Expiration is the end of 2021, okay? Or you can even do it by month. These have to be used by this month. A healthy husband is a giver. Whatever it is, get creative. Give them a name, too. Pray to always be your wife's best gift, all right? Her best gift. And you won't have no problems. Not like some of these unhealthy folks do. I'm going to stop because it's time for me to get on the prayer, devotion, and all that. So, remember, when all is said and done, you are your wife's 10 out of 10, and she is your 10 of 10. It takes work for everything that we do. The willingness to do what it takes without causing harm. Having optimism to believe everything works out for your good. Being able to reinvent the self from where we are right now, where we need to be when we get with our purpose mate, to be even greater. K, having the kindred spirit to socialize, have the right relationship, accept help, ask for help. Day 5 of the Love Dare. Show mouth. It says, love is the business of men. God has not given us a spirit of fearfulness, but one of power, love, and sound judgment. 2 Timothy 1:7. Those of you who this may be your first episode, I don't read these before. I do not read these before I come on. As soon as I open it up is when I see it. It says, when a movie is marketed as a love story, we assume it's primarily for an audience of women. If plots don't contain fighting, bleeding, or exploding, men will gladly avoid them. A lot of them call them chick flicks. If you really sit and study. But real love is not merely women's work. It's at the core of manhood, transforming men to be strong and courageous. Love makes a husband put away childish things and embrace his responsibility to lead his family. Remember, the husband is the house bond. He's the foundation that glues and holds everything together. It drives him to defend his wife, provide for his children, and even lay down his life if they become endangered. Woo! I know a few husbands that did that too. My gosh. Love motivates a man to confront injustice and take passionate stands for what he believes in, like crossing an ocean to fight for his country. I ain't even gonna go there. That part. Jesus was the most loving man ever to walk the earth and remains the perfect example of manhood. With passion, he confronted evil, cast out demons, and rebuked religious hypocrites. Out of love, he served sacrificially, rescued the brokenhearted, and willingly died for the sins of the world. Real men embrace this love as the driving force to boldly do what boys merely dream of. It says, keep praying this week. Lord, teach me what real love is and make me a loving person. And just in case you think I changed, that it says what boys merely dream of, let me underline. See that right there? It's right there. So you see my underline. It says what boys. I know it's backwards, but I just underlined it and I wanted you to see that I underlined it. Real men embrace this love as the driving force to boldly do what boys merely dream of. Love is sacrificial. When we love ourselves, it's so easy to love somebody else. It all starts at home. It starts at home, in the home. We are home. Okay? It's so good to be loved, and it's so wonderful to be loved back. This is the Save Our Marriage Empowerment with Prayer, Reflection, Inspiration, Courageous Conversation, and Encouragement segment with love. Naturally. Your time is appreciated. Remember to do everything with love. Thank you for tuning in, all you replay viewers. I hope you got something. I do pray that you got something from this segment and you are able to use it. Always be a lifelong learner, because we can all learn from somebody about something. We'll never know everything. Ever. I'm a sponge, so I'm always going to be looking for a way to learn something and grow. daily. I learned a few things yesterday that I didn't know. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. I ain't the person that I used to be. If you looking for her, she died. She sure did. And I ain't mad. It's supposed to grow daily. It's supposed to change. That's part of life. Change for the better. So, be tenacious in your Tuesday. Turn up Tuesday. Oh, wow. That right there. I'm going to have to go back and listen to this myself. Because quite a bit of it, I don't remember. Even though I be looking down, I ain't always reading what I wrote. And then I go back and think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even say that. Then I try to say it for the next day. So, do everything in love. Be love. See y'all the next time if our Creator says the same. Appreciate you. Love you.